There it is. All right. Good morning to all of you guys. Happy Tuesday. Is February the 1st. Um, 1 month has gone past by already for 2022. So hope you guys are still kicking butt and moving forward. Okay, with this year. And for all of you guys, again, this morning we had a little light little shaker, little earthquake, and Eddie's gonna tell us about the epicenter. Eddie, where did it happen, Eddie?
It's just by Southgate Park, actually, just north of Southgate Park on Southern Bryce.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go door knock the neighborhood, see if you want to move out.
Hey,
Aren't you tired of these earthquakes?
That's a good one.
right? Let us help you. We could move you to Arizona.
Arizona.
All right, folks. So pretty much last week we had our training for our first training of the year for the new RPA. And if you were not here last week, well, it is recorded. So we definitely gotta. It takes time to upload those videos into YouTube because they're the length of those videos and the size. So I know Eddie's actually working hard on those videos, but again, we'll get to them eventually. But again, it's always best to be present live. I know you can ask questions here and there because on your YouTube, you just learn and that's it. All right. So last week again we had the new RPA. Any questions? Any concerns about the new RPA? Let me start sharing my screen and go from there. Okay. So let me start making sure that we are on the same page with you guys and continue. Okay. Hold on. Share. Okay. There it is right there. You guys see my screen here? Yes. You guys see it? Good. Awesome. All right.
Do you have green bars on your Wi-Fi?
Huh?
Does your screen show green bars on your Wi-Fi?
Only when you talk.
No. You know how it shows how your connection is, your internet, because it was pausing a little bit. That's what I was
Oh
wondering.
no. It's green. It's green
Okay.
on the little sharing here, but
Okay,
it's
good.
fine. Yeah. Okay. So again, so going back to our templates. Again, the first way to create a template from your dashboard. Okay, when you log into your car or your SIP forms, right? And again, keep in mind this is for SIP forms. It works the same way as if you use SkySlope. Of course, the layout, the platform is different, but most of us here are using car, right? Or anybody's using SkySlope. Who's using SkySlope? Please raise your hand. Let me know. Say I, me, yo.
You mean for the templates?
Yes, or for your transactions. Anybody?
For transactions, yeah.
Okay. Templates? Car? All right.
All right.
All right. So when you log into car, we have different tabs on top. We have dashboard, forms, transactions, templates, doc inbox, tasks, contacts, partners, shop, and help. So we want to go to help, right? We want to go to help. I'm sorry, excuse me. We want to go to templates to create a template. Okay, and last week I did create a template. It was called BHHS SFR RPA template. Okay, and on this template, okay, we added all the forms that we're gonna utilize when we're helping a buyer on the transaction, right? So if you were not here last week, I'm gonna give you time to please get your phone out and take a little screenshot of this. Okay, feel free to get your phone out, screenshot it. Okay, if you're not here last week, if you're done, I'm gonna scroll down to the next half, and that's the last half. Okay, so again, so these are most of the forms that we use when we help a buyer in a transaction of purchase of property. And again, SFR nowadays can be what? Single family residence, condo, townhouse, probate,
Mobile
home, manufactured, right? What else? Land? No, not land. Okay, just again. So it's single family, property, home, right? Property, home, single family, condo, townhouse, mobile home, probate, and living trust. All right. All right. Cool, guys. Any questions before we proceed? We good?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes. No. Okay. So I'm gonna recap again last week on the new RPA. Let me make this bigger. Make sure you guys can see it and read it. That's why I have my glasses because I'm getting old. Yeah. I guess guess
Same here.
I heard after you reach 40, something happens. So I guess it's true,
Yep.
right? All right. So pretty much again, we want to make sure that we have everything filled out on our template. Again, keep in mind that when you create a template, yes, it is time consuming because you want to make sure you go page by page, paragraph by paragraph, and make sure that everything's filled out completely based on the to whom the offer is being addressed to. Okay, so again, we want to always select two buyers because most of the time we have two buyers. Okay, your brokerage name completely the way it is filled out. Okay, do not abbreviate Berkshire. And again, put the full name, license number, your name, and your license number right there. Once you do here, eventually it's gonna roll over to the next pages. Okay, continue going down the your disclosures. Okay, now don't worry about the buyers because again this is on your template. Okay, and again make sure on your PRBS your brokerage name is right there, license number, name, and your license as well. Okay, continue going down the list. Now here it is. Okay, so when it comes to your RPA, you want to make sure to select. Okay, first box, seller, and if you do one, okay, eventually the other one will fill out automatically, like that. Okay, and again, since you filled out your broker's name, your license, and your name as well, so everything's gonna roll over eventually to here. And always select the buyer's agent as well here. Okay. Again, going back on the days of close of escrow. Okay. Again, if you help, so I'm gonna give you three different scenarios. For all cash, please take note. All cash is between 15 to 30 days. Close of escrow. Conventional, 30 to 45 days. And FHA and VA, 45 to 60 days. The close of escrow. Okay. Why is that? Because again, if it's all cash, most likely you could close in less than 15 days. Okay. Or now, why 30 days? Because maybe the seller needs more days. Who knows what, right? But again, the very least, 15 days. The most 30 days all cash. Again, conventional 30 to 45 days. FHA and VA 45 days to 60 days. But again, keep in mind all these days can differ and can change based on the buyer you're helping. Okay, so the best way to get the better information is always contact your bank or the lender who's helping your buyers. Okay, so any questions so far on the close of escrows? On the days close of escrow? We're good on, okay? Continue. So, and always select the box here and put your 30 days. Unless you want to be a specific date, and then it goes right here, okay? A specific date. But days after acceptance, okay? Now, the after acceptance means that after the last signature from either the buyer or the seller has signed either the counteroffer or the purchase contract. Okay, keep in mind, is until the last offer has been signed by either party. Okay, is not when you open escrow. Okay, is after the last signature of acceptance. You know, a lot of agents think that, well, Freddie, I haven't opened escrow yet. It's gonna open next Monday. So does that mean that the acceptance starts on Monday? No, the acceptance starts on Friday or Saturday or Sunday after the last signature from either party. Okay, please take a note of that. Continue going down your list. Okay, this is your first contingency when it comes to your loan amount. Okay, please. Okay, I emphasize, I encourage, I push, I get on your case to please put an interest rate. Okay, this is a rate your buyer got approved for. Okay, now this is the rate your buyer got approved for. Now, if you leave it blank, okay, keep in mind that you're saying your buyer doesn't care at what rate. Okay, in case the market does go up, he's willing to pay. He's willing to pay the property at that given rate. So it's always given to be smart to always put the contingency because again, excuse me, if that rate does go up, and for example, Brenda had a great example last week. Her client, okay, she did put her qualifying rate, but the rate for the clients went up 1 point higher. Okay, they were being offered at 3.25, right, Brenda, and went up 4.25. Is that correct? Brenda, you there?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. That's correct.
Okay, so her clients, right? Her clients had a higher rate from the original approval rate or pre-qualifying rate. Now, what can happen in that case? Okay, now we know for a fact that if the rate goes up, what happens? The payment goes up. Now, if your buyer, they're in a budget, and they tell you, hey, Brandon, you know what? At the very most, based on the rate that I'm getting approved for or pre-qualified for, if it's 1,500, again, that's the cap. I don't want to exceed that cap because again, I gotta pay utilities, I gotta pay the gardener, I gotta pay insurance, I gotta pay my car payments and everything else. And again, anything that goes above that, I won't be able to afford it. So that's why I need this rate. And if it goes above that rate, guess what? I won't be able to buy it. So now, if the rate goes up and you have the rate that we're approved for, guess what? The buyer can definitely withdraw from the offer because you put a starting given rate right here. So please make a note of that. Okay, please put the qualifying rate your buyer got approved for right here. Okay, and again, not to exceed 1% of the loan amount because again, keep in mind that lenders also get happy because again, more points, more commission to them as well. So in this case, let's say for example they charge 2 points. Okay, now this is based on the loan amount. So if your buyer, for example, he's buying a property for $500,000 property, and he's gonna put 20% down. That is 100,000 down payment. So now their loan amount is gonna be 400,000. Correct? Yes. So for every point they're paying above that is $4,000 per point. So if the lender charges 2 points, that's 8,000 plus title, plus taxes and everything else, and closing costs. So keep that in mind. Okay, so you also want to cap it for the lender not to charge and not to exceed 1% of the loan amount. Okay, keep that in mind. So the qualifying rate and not to exceed when it comes to the points for the lender. Okay, now by default we know that the actual offer is conventional. I have seen this before. Okay, please, no need to put that. It's already here. Please read the offer, folks. Read it. It's right there. It's conventional or it's checked. It's going to be FHA or VA or seller's financing or other. Okay? Other can be what? It's not all cash because if it's all cash, right, it's going to be somewhere. Actually, where's small cash here? Right here on top. Okay? So do not put here all cash. Okay? It's already up here. Alright, so please. Other can be something else. It could be maybe a gift equity, okay, purchase or a 203K loan as well. So again, keep that in mind, okay? So by default, this is conventional.
Freddie, how come there's been like people telling me like a hard money loan it's considered all cash, but I mean, it's still a loan, right?
It's still a loan, yes, exactly, yes. Now, because again, the buyer has to get approved for the loan, for the hard money loan as well. Yes. Again, it depends how you see it, Eddie. Now, if you already have the money on hand, right, then you're good to go. It's all cash, right? But if you gotta get approved from the lender who's gonna give you the hard money lending, then it's still consider pretty much again hard money right here.
Gotcha.
Okay. Very good question, Eddie. All right, we'll continue. Everything else, leave it alone. And again, occupancy is primary. Secondary, if checked, or investment. Okay. Now, a secondary home, it can be a second home. They probably do a vacation in, right? Maybe they have a home in Mammoth. I was there this in January, right? So that could be my secondary home that I visit. Again, not as an investment, but again, that could be a second home that I do my vacation on. An investment is a property that you're gonna be renting, okay, or flipping or something else. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, moving forward. Anything else, leave alone. Right here, now there's a section to credit the buyer. Okay, any a dollar amount. Okay, so in case you're asking for closing costs, it will go right here. Okay, now in the previous offer, we would definitely put it on additional finance terms, but that case is no longer in effect. Okay, so that's no longer the case. Okay, so there's on G1 5E. This is where you're gonna put the actual dollar amount. Okay, how much you want the seller to credit back the buyer. Okay, and then anything else. Okay, now keep in mind that the credit, okay, that the seller's getting to the buyer is only applied to what? To closing costs only. Okay, or other, could be repairs or anything else. Okay, additional terms, it could be again a gift equity. Okay, maybe it's coming from the third party or so on. Okay, keep that in mind. Continue going down the list. Okay, verification of all cash. Okay, is the cash has to be must be presented upon the offer when you submit the offer. Okay, and so on and so on. Same thing with down payment and closing costs, or a loan approval application as well. Okay, now you gotta select here. Most likely we get a pre-qual letter. Now in some rare occasions we get a pre-approval or fully underwritten pre-approval. Now a fully underwritten approval, that could be a DU or a fully approval letter from the bank. Okay, so keep that in mind. But most likely I always select pre-qualification letter from the lender. Continue going down the list. I'll leave it in alone how it is. I'll leave my contingency in effect. I'm gonna actually select no loan appraisal. I'm sorry, no appraisal contingency, because it's very common and very nowadays that a lot of buyers, they will do whatever it takes, okay, to get your offer accepted. Now, when it comes to the loan contingency, instead of 17 days, I'm gonna go 14 days right there. Okay. Now, if you want to keep your appraisal, then I will go 12 days right there. For my home inspections, 12 days. Information about the property, same thing. Everything I'll go 12 days and everything else. Okay. So I'm gonna shorten my days of acceptance to remove contingencies. Okay. Continue going down the list. Okay. Keep in mind when it comes to the time of possession, is upon recordation. Okay. Upon recording. Okay. So in LA County, most likely we get an answer, or we get a call from our title or escrow officers around 12, 2 o'clock, the latest that the property has been recorded. Your file has closed. So upon recordation or recording, okay, that means you gotta give the keys, right, to the buyer of their new home. Okay. So leave it alone, unless you want to be a specific. Well, no. Want to do until 6 p.m. Then yes, or a specific time goes right here, a.m. or p.m. Okay, and so on. But by default, please leave it alone. Okay. Now, when it comes to allowing the seller to remain in the property, okay, then you gotta select here. Okay. But I would say, you know what? I know sometimes on the MLS, they request the seller to remain 10 days, 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, whatever given day, for the seller to remain in the property after the close of escrow. I would tell you guys, please let them counter you back. Okay, let them counter you back on a counter offer. Why is that? Because again, it's best coming from them than coming from you to them. Okay, because now keep in mind that by default, by you allowing the seller to remain in the property, the buyer's liable. Either way you handle it. Either you allow them from the get-go, or they will request it from you on a counter offer. Okay, but you need to attach a SIP. Okay, 29 days or fewer. Okay, must be SIP with it. Okay, if it's more than 30 days, you gotta attach RLAS. Okay, SIP is a seller in possession, and or more than 30 days is rent lease after sale. So please, if it's only 1 day, it doesn't matter. Always attach your SIP. Okay, do not do addendums. Do not just put it in the counter offer. Again, please, if you're gonna do it formally the correct way, use the proper forms. Okay, even if it's 1 day, okay, after the close of escrow, it doesn't matter, because again, you want to protect your buyer at all times. Because again, God forbid something happens to the seller or to the property, who's gonna be liable? The buyer is. Okay, the buyer's gonna be liable and responsible for something goes wrong with the property. All right. Same thing with the new form. Before, when it comes to tenant occupy the property, before it was tenant in possession. Now the new form is TOPA. Okay, is the actual tenant occupied property addendum. Okay, so the TOPA replaces the TIP. Okay, the TIP is no longer in effect. That form has become obsolete. So if you have any tenants that are occupying the property, you guys use card form TOPA. Okay. Now when it comes to the seller to provide disclosures and everything else, by default 7 days. Leave it alone. Everything else stays the same. Okay. Moving forward. Any questions on page 2? All right. Okay, page 3. Most likely you want to ask for stoves, refrigerators, washer and dryers. Okay, and anything else. Again, by default, these are the items that you see on a property. Okay, that is being occupied or not occupied. Okay, it's always a given that you see a stove, refrigerator. Now, if it's not there, then uncheck those. Okay, on your offer, not on the template. Okay, Now, when it comes to paying for the fees, the allocation of costs, keep in mind when it comes to allocation of costs, this is only for the reports, okay, to be done, and who's gonna pay for those reports. It's not for the work, okay. Who's gonna pay for the? This is only for the reports. They're gonna be given by the provided by either the buyer or the seller, okay. So when it comes to the NHD, okay, we want the seller to pay for them, okay. Select it right there, and we want to select that environmental as well, okay. And we need to provide who's gonna provide it by whom, okay. In this case, you want to use my NHD, but again, there's also a list of NHD providers right here. Okay, if you use my NHD, Snap, American Home Shield, Disclosure Source, First American, LGS, etc., etc. But again, by default, please select your provider right there and select it right there. Okay, when it comes to the pest control, this is a termite report, not the work. This is only for the termite report. Who's gonna pay for it? The seller is right there. Okay. When it comes to your home inspections, who's gonna pay for that? The buyer is. Okay, right there, and so on. Okay. Who's gonna pay for the smoke alarm, carbon monoxide detectors, and the water heater bracing? The seller is selected right there. Any if you have a home that is actually like for example Southgate, Compton, Linwood, Cudahy, HP, Long Beach, the list goes on, right? They have what is called a CD pre-sale or a point of sale. Who's gonna pay for those reports? The seller is, okay? Now, same thing, who's gonna take action? The seller is as well, okay? When it comes to the escrow fees, well, who's gonna pay for them? Each to pay their own fees, okay? Not both, but each shall pay their own fees, okay? Now, who's gonna be the escrow holder? Please put the name of your escrow holder. This, again, by all means, this is not the deal breaker, folks, okay? And I have seen, again, seller's choice. Seller's choice, it is a legit escrow company. So please do not put seller's choice. Do not put any reputable company. Put the name of the escrow holder, please. Because, again, they're going to say, well, you know what? Oh, it's a great offer. We had a great sales price, a great close of escrow. But you know what? I'm going to reject the offer because they have chosen Castlehead Escrow. We're not going to go with that offer. No, please. No matter what, you will get a counter based on their services, who they want to use, maybe ABC Escrow, XYZ, whoever that is. But again, your choice. You got to choose your escrow company. If it's Castlehead, if it's ABC, whoever that is, please put it right here. Same thing goes with your title company. Again, if it's Orange Coast Title, if it's a First American, if it's Tycor, if it's whoever that is, please put it here as well. Who's going to pay for it? The seller is. Okay. Again, pretty much this is by default the buyer. Okay. When it comes to the county and city taxes, who's going to pay for them? The seller is. Seller, both. Okay. HOAs, who they pay for? The seller. And the certificate by the buyer. Any transfer fees from HOAs, the seller. Okay. And any private fees, by default, is already the seller. And I have seen it before, if applicable. Okay. Before in in a previous offer, okay, now the old offer, yes, we had it if applicable, but now by default, okay, we have it sellers paying for that. Okay. Any private transfer fees is now paid by the seller. Okay. So please eliminate if applicable, just leave it alone. But the sellers pay for it. Okay. Now, when it comes to your transaction coordinator fee, okay, please no more. Okay, no more this. Okay, no more. RESPA has put a stop to it because again, keep in mind, okay, when it comes to the transaction coordinator fees, those fees must be paid by the agent. By the agent, believe it or not. But we put our buyer or seller to pay for those fees, right? But legally, the correct way, the proper way, okay, they need to be paid by the agent because the TC is helping the agent, not the buyer or the seller. Yes, it's a paperwork, but at the end of the day, it's your work they're working on, not the buyers or the sellers. Okay, so now how do we change that word from TC fees? Well, just put document fee. Okay, document and then fees. Okay, so who's gonna pay for that? The buyers, of course. Now, if you wanna pay for it yourself, then leave it alone and do not mention it on the offer. Okay, but if it's going to be a TC fee, make sure to put document fees or costs to the buyer, and how much it's going to cost? $400 right there. Okay, anything else you want to charge, it goes right there. Okay, and then when it comes to the home warranty, okay, when it comes to the home warranty, where's my booklet? Oh, great. Somebody took my booklet. Oh, here it is. Okay, when it comes to your home warranty, okay, please, you gotta name, okay, the plan. Okay, you gotta name the plan. Okay, the type they're getting. Okay, so if you're doing an over public, okay, go to your booklet. Okay, and there's different tiers right there, different packages. Okay, so beforehand, I'm gonna select. Okay, I'm gonna select the ultimate with washer and dryer. Okay, and who's gonna pay for it? The seller. And I know how it's gonna cost. Well, it's gonna cost my buyer, or excuse me, the seller, not to exceed $550. Okay, now if you wanna add additional coverages, for example, okay, roof coverage, right there. So then you gotta extend, you gotta add more to the coverage right there. So that's $100 more. Okay, so $650 right there. Okay, so please, right there. So please make sure to always, please name the coverage. Okay, and who's gonna be the provider? By whom? Issued by what? By the Old Republic. And again, it gives you a name of different home warranty programs as well. Companies. Okay, American Home Shield, Fidelity, First American, Home Guard, Home Warranty, HWA, and so on and so on. Okay, but again, please put the name of the provider, the name of the plan, not to exceed, and who's gonna pay for it. Okay, now right here, when it comes to other terms, okay, now this is the work, okay, that needs to be paid for the report on the what? On the term of report, right? Of course, we want the seller to pay for it, but now we want to emphasize, we want to tell the seller to pay for section 1 and for buyer to pay for section 2 of the term of report. And we have a question. Let's say Ariceli says, Freddie, is it advisable to request roof coverage for the benefit of the buyer? Yes, it is. It is advisable, and it's a benefit to request it upon your offer. Okay, Aricelia, because you would definitely want to make sure that the roof coverage is already given from the get-go. Okay, and it's part of the negotiating of the home warranty. Okay, so always go back to your booklet. Okay, and make sure you have the most current booklet. Okay, on the actual on the prices when it comes to the costs and fees. Okay, because again, and there's a little date at the bottom. You can't see it here. It says a date at the bottom. Okay, if it's more current and so on. But yes, it is advisable and recommended. Okay, to please always ask for any additional coverages from the get-go, from the beginning. Now she's asking me where can you get the booklet. You could go again. You go come to the office. We have booklets in the office in Downey. Okay, or you could always go to the actual website of the provider, and it's gonna give you the different prices as well. Okay, so either come to the office or go to the actual the website of the actual home warranty provider. Okay, all right. Anything else? Any other questions? And thank you, Aricelia. Very good questions. So please always make sure to get all the coverages. Okay, and now if you don't know what covers, then this little right there, a little tablet. Okay, a little to look what covers each program. Now, when it comes to anything else on page 4, I'm sorry, page 3, moving forward, anything addendum. Now, anything else here, leave blank, doesn't apply. Okay, only check it as you go on your offer. Okay, so that's it. That's on page. So we go to the last page, page 16. Okay, nothing else to be done, nothing else to be checked on this RPA. Okay, only page 1, 2, and 3 need to be checked off and selected and filled in. But we go to page 16 of the RPA, and we want to fill in the rest. Okay, of course, your excuse me. Okay, on your name, license, and then your email address, your phone number, okay, and your office address as well. And that's it. And that's your RPA template. Okay, so any questions so far before we move on to the next disclosures? All right, cool. So next disclosure I'm going to talk about is going to be the Avid. Okay, the Avid, which is I've seen a lot of mistakes by you folks. Okay, when it comes to the Avid. Okay. Okay, the Avid. Okay, the Avid. The purpose of the Avid. Okay, is to disclose all defects. Okay, of the Avids. Hold on, give me 1 second, please. Okay.
Ready.
Yes,
On the
Naomi.
RPA, could you bring that page 16 down one more time? I'm just gonna take a picture of it.
Sure, I can. Let's go back to the RPA. Page 16, Naomi. We're just gonna fill
Yes.
in your address and your phone number in your email. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Just make sure you have your name, everything else, and your email address, your phone number, and
okay.
your home address right there. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's move on. So the Avid. Okay. So the Avid. Again, folks, the Avid is a disclosure that it is required by our brokerage, our company. Okay, our office. Um, but there's still a lot of mistakes being done on the Avid. Okay. So again, to fill in the blanks, company name right there. Okay. Make sure to put the full entire name. Now keep in mind, on top it's gonna be automatically filled in once you do the offer. Okay. When it comes to the city name, the county, and the property description right as well. Now, if this is gonna be a more than a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, okay, you definitely gotta select here. Okay, but that's gonna be a different template. Okay, this Avid does not apply for a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Okay, this is only for a single family residence. Okay, keep that in mind. So no need to select this box. Okay, now when it comes to the Avid, okay, let me pause right now, real fast. Okay, when it comes to the Avid again is only to address defects of the property inside and outside. Okay, again, when I'm talking the property, again, I'm talking the entire property, the house and backyard, front yard, side yards, garages, everything. Again, I'm talking about everything about the property itself, the house and everything in the property and outside. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the scenarios, different samples. Okay, what to say, how to say it, what to address, and what not to address. Okay, I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna go and read it, but I'm gonna actually put a little template here. So when it comes, I'm gonna just have it by default. But I know when the time does come, okay, I'm gonna have to make those changes on my actual offer. Okay, so right now I'm gonna just select February 1st. Let's say I made the my home inspect my Avid 10 a.m. Right now, cloudy, actually nice and clear and sunny. Okay, and who was present? Okay, I want to say maybe sellers, and that's it. Now, keep in mind, keep in mind that when you do an Avid, okay, it's always recommended not to do it when you are doing the home inspection. Okay, not to do it when you have the home inspection. Okay, and I have seen a lot of Avids from you guys and different other agents from different offices. They include pages from the actual home inspection report. That's very bad. Okay, keep in mind the Avid is to be done by you, not by a third party, not by the home inspector, not by the buyer, by you only. Okay, and please do not attach digital pages from the home inspector, from the home inspection report. Okay, because now you're telling me that you got those information from the report, and it should not be that way. Okay, so I always encourage you guys to please, if you're gonna do the Avid, okay, do it on your own time. Okay, don't do it when you're doing the home inspection. Now, if you don't have the time, then it's okay, but do not rely on the home inspection report to do the Avid. Again, do not rely on the home inspection report to perform your Avid. Please, okay? Because if I see that again, okay, I'm gonna call it, I will reject it. And guess what? You have to go back to the property, okay, or conduct your Avid, and then you have to get signatures from the seller and the buyer again, and the other agent, okay? So I don't want to do that to you guys. So please be very careful how you conduct your Avid. Okay, now entry excluding common areas. Okay, so pretty much on the entryway, okay, we're talking about when you walk into the property. on the outside and the inside. That's the entry, the main door of the home, okay, the property of the house. Okay, so most likely either you're walking on steps, flat surface, tile, concrete, brick, who knows, right? Marble. Now, when it comes to addressing any things on the floor, on the walls, okay, so we want to say there's cracks, okay, there's scratches, there's stains, okay, and there's markings. Okay, so again, there's cracks, markings, scratches, stains, and what else? And hose, maybe any hose. Okay, so now if you notice, I didn't use any adjectives. Okay, I didn't say there's red stains, there's nail holes, there's um black mark, anything, any like black markings, white markings, anything like that. Okay, so please just keep it simple. Okay, on floor, on okay, or on walls, right? Or so on. Okay, but again, just keep it simple. There's cracks, there's markings, there's scratches, there's stains, there's holes either on the walls or on the floors, whatever that is. Again, so in this case, I'm gonna do my little template. Okay, most likely there's always cracks in cement or on the floor, so I'm gonna take everything else, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, there's cracks on floor. Okay, that's my template. Okay, now when it comes to the living room, okay, same thing. If the living room has carpet, right, or has hardwood floors, okay, please do not describe the property. You already did that on the MLS. You already described that to the public, to the people on the internet, on the MLS. You described that property as fully, open space, lovely living room, carpet flooring throughout, fireplace, hardwood floors, open windows, open space, blah 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 blah. Please avoid all that. Do not describe the property on the Avid. Okay, again, the Avid is only to what? To inspect diligently and competent for any defects on the property. Okay, now if there's no defects, fine, leave it alone, but do not leave that space blank. If the property does have a living room and the living room is nice and clean, then put nothing noted. Okay, and do not leave it blank. Now if this one doesn't have a dining room, it's okay. Now you could leave it blank because there's no dining room. Okay, do not put NA, because if you put NA, now you say that you didn't conduct an actual um, inspection on dining room. You say this doesn't apply. Okay, that doesn't apply or not applicable. Doesn't go work. Doesn't good. Does not good. Doesn't good with the Avid. It doesn't go hand in hand. Okay, so again, just leave it blank, because now you're saying that there's no dining room. Kitchen. Okay, when it comes to stains on the kitchen, do not put grease stains. Do not put mold, because there's actually moldy substance. Okay, just put stains. Okay, stains on countertops and walls. That's it. Okay. So please do not diagnose the issue. Okay, because again, by you saying that now, and also do not put a color to a stain, because maybe right now it could be brown, but maybe tomorrow it could be black, because with dirt and everything else, it starts getting worse. So please do not put a color to the stain or to anything else. Okay, because those colors can change depending on the actual time of weather or who knows what. Okay, so again, just stains on countertops and walls. Okay, other rooms, it could be it could be a family room, it could be a den, it could be a library, it could be an office, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, but if it doesn't, then leave it alone. Okay, halls and stairs. Okay, so When it comes to the halls, okay, anything, any markings, any scratches, and so on, okay, right here, there's actually um, there's scratches on floor and walls, okay. And then again, another thing that I have seen as well, okay, when it comes to the bedrooms, I seen this northeast side bedroom. Okay, why? Just leave it alone. No need to identify where the bedroom is located on north side, south side. Just keep it simple, okay? Because not all of us can tell where's north, where's south, where's west, and where's east. Okay, we don't coordinate. We're not that savvy. We're not navigators. So please, just keep it simple. Okay. I believe once they walk in and they see the Avid and they know, okay, well, this one has stains or this one has scratches or markings or cracks. I know which one it is. Okay. Now again, so please do not put the right side, the left side, the upstairs, downstairs. Just keep it simple. Okay. Just go as you just put your bedrooms as you go. Okay. Bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and so on. Okay. So again, this bedroom has markings on the walls. Okay. Do not put Crayola markings. Do not put any Sharpie markings, nothing like that, and any chalk like that. Just put markings on walls. Okay. Any questions so far on the Avid? Am I being clear on the Avid, folks? Hello? Anybody there? All
Yeah,
right.
Freddie.
You're clear,
Thank
Freddie.
you. Okay, good. Because again, folks, I don't want to reject your offer, your Avid, okay? Once you get put on your sky slope, because again, I feel bad because you got to redo it again, and you got to go back to the house, or you don't go back to the house and you just come back with nothing noted, and you still got to get signatures, okay? So please, okay? So again, and we know that some homes are nice and clean, pristine, you know, clean as a whistle, right? Yeah, it's okay to put nothing noted, but there's always something wrong with the property. Even a brand new home, there's always something. There's always something. So I'm not saying to get all picky and technical. Okay, let me look behind the walls. Let me open some drawers, some cabinetry, some doors that are locked. Again, just keep it simple. Whatever your eyes can see, your pretty eyes can see, and if you have glasses, then better for you. See beyond the walls, X-ray vision. No, but again, whatever you guys can see with your eyes, just put that down. Write it down. That's it. Now, if there's obstruction of privacy or whatever, or doors are being locked, or there's a lot of stuff on the floor, you cannot get to the room. Or again, again, for example, let's get to bedroom number 3. Unable to perform visual inspection. That's it. And again, you put personal property if you want to. Personal. Oops. On the way. That's it. We have a question to see. Okay, so Carlos says, I take pictures, I take photos of each room, then I complete my Avid. Very good. That's one of the best ways. Yes. You could also take a video if you want to. Whatever helps to remind you guys or take notes, on a notepad, or take an extra Avid and then come and clean it up in the office. Whatever works, just do it. Don't you have any state? Okay, Arisel is asking, don't you have to state why you were not able? Yes, and here it is, because again, the personal property is in the way. So if you're not able to perform, again, because of personal property, okay? And there it is. Okay, so again, so I'm going back to the bathroom. Okay, and so on and so on. Again, there's stains on the wall. Okay, and again, if you see anything like mold or black substance or green or white, again, just stains. Okay, please do not say it's mold. Okay, mold cannot be determined just by looking at it. It needs to be tested in a lab. Okay, it needs to be swabbed, take it back to the lab, and to identify if it's mold or not. Okay, and that word, please remove it from your vocabulary. All right, moving on. Anything else you want to add? Any other rooms? It could be a master bedroom here. Okay, and again, nothing noted. Right there. Okay. All right. So that's my template right there. That's my template. And then the garages. Garages usually also have cracks and cement. Okay, cracks on floors. Okay. Backyard. Okay. And again, any like that, so on. So, and again, come and put your broker's name right there, your name right here, and that's that right there. And also here as well. Okay. And your name again. Okay. And again, I have seen some places, some agents that you guys forget to put your broker's and license your name here, and you don't sign here. So please keep it in mind. Sign here, and then again over here as well. All right. So that's your Avid. Any questions on the Avid? Okay. So I'm gonna leave it like that for right now for my template. So when I come back, I could make some changes, but I know already what to address. Okay. Go back. Let's go back to our different forms. Okay, now let's select our counter offer. Okay, when it comes to counter offers, okay, again, the date that you're gonna write goes up here. You write in the counter offer goes up on top. Okay, and most likely you either get a seller's counter offer number 1, or you get seller's multiple counter offer number 1. Okay, or other. Now other. Sometimes some agents will send addendums instead of counter offers. Why is that? I don't know. Is it the best way? No, it's not. Okay. Please always use counter offers if you're gonna counter back to an RPA or residential income property, commercial, whatever form it is. Always use counter offers. Okay. But by default, I'm gonna select a seller's multiple counter offer number 1. That's part of my template right there. Okay. Dated, leave it alone because that's going to be dated. Now this dated here, okay, this dated, that's the date you wrote the offer, okay, or this is the date the counter offer came back, okay. So always look back on the date it was actually rated on, okay. It was actually started, okay. So this date is going to go back on the dated of the counter offer or the RPA, okay, depending on the actual counter offer you're making, okay. If it's a seller's counter offer or a buyer's counter offer, okay. But always, when it comes to counter offers, keep in mind this is not sequential, okay. It doesn't go in a sequence, okay. So each party has their own sequence, okay. So if you get a seller's multiple counter offer number 1, you got to do your buyer's counter offer number 1 as well, okay. And then it goes back to 2 to them, 2 to you, okay. It doesn't go from 1, 2, 3, 4 like addendums or anything else, okay. Each party has their own sequence on their numbers, okay. Like the seller, like the buyer, okay. So this is gonna be my counter offer number 1 to the multiple counter offer to the seller, okay. So now other terms, okay. I always start with number 1 point, okay. So most likely they wanna counter you back. So sales price to be, and then put it right there. And by default, I'm going to put a 500,000. Okay. And you can always modify that later. Okay. What else you want to counter back? Okay. Well, maybe you want to counter back. Let's say, let's see. Maybe you want to counter back contingencies to be shall be removed 14 days after acceptance, okay, right there. Because why is that? Because maybe they want you to remove your contingencies, right? Maybe in 7 days or 10 days, right? Well, but here's a kicker, okay? So we want to do all contingencies, okay? Now, what is all contingencies? Again, it's gonna be what your disclosures, inspections, investigations, appraisal, loan, right? All of the above, right? And reports, right? So when I say all contingencies, It means all. Now you're gonna be specific. Then, okay, other, okay, and then you wanna 3, okay, loan contingency shall be removed. Maybe 12 days after acceptance. And again, folks, you can always play with your numbers, okay? Maybe you could go here, you could go maybe 12 days here, 14 days here, and so on. All right, cool. So, and then what else? What else have you guys had? Anything you guys encounter with when it comes to any counter offers? Anything else you want to share with me? You could share with the class. How about let's see, a per diem, right? No per diem shall be charged upon the buyer if escrow on time, right? Because hey, again, I'm just giving different scenarios, different ideas, because maybe they want to charge you a per diem for going beyond your close of escrow, or maybe you can always change it, right? Or maybe it could be let's see what else. Okay, okay, maybe you could do a 5. Let's see. Maybe we could do maybe um okay. So a $50 per diem charge to the buyer for every day that goes beyond the close of escrow. Okay. Let's see what else. What else? Um, what else can we say here? Let's see. I'm thinking. What else? Anything else, JJ? Let's see. I'm thinking. What else? Brenda, Naomi, anybody? Any other? Okay. What else? Okay. Maybe
What's the name of this form?
this is a PCO.
Oh, okay, because I'm looking at all my phones. I know I didn't have this.
Yeah, BCO, Naomi. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Okay.
definitely don't have that.
Maybe you wanna see the okay
Okay.
seller to remain.
So Freddie, this is after they sent you a seller counter offer,
Yes, ma'am.
SEO, and
Right.
this is your response to theirs.
To their, yeah, to whatever they're throwing back at you, pretty much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm just throwing things in up in the air. Maybe they want a higher price for, I want a lower price or a higher, whatever that is. So
Yeah.
since you're in the person 10 days after close of escrow. Okay.
So we have to do we're gonna have to probably do another addendum on this deal. Because the appraiser called out that they have to have a rear fence installed because there's easement.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Ouch. Well,
I thought this was gonna be an easy deal because they live in the house, but no.
no, yeah.
So we're working on that right now.
Good. Okay.
So we have to do another, then the seller was asking to include the price of the fence into the loan because they don't want to pay for it.
Now, is the lender gonna allow that to happen?
What's that?
Would the lender allow that to happen?
Yeah, I asked my loan officer if they had room. He said, yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, make it happen. All right.
Crazy.
Good job. Okay, so again, going back to the SIP, right? Seller to remain in position 10 days after close of escrow. Add buyer's PITI. What is that PITI? Pity. I feel so pity for the buyer. I pity the fool. No, it's not pity. It's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Okay, it's gonna be based on that. Okay, the pity. Okay, so you do a 30-day calendar divided by 10. So if it's gonna be $3,000, they gotta pay on a monthly, right, mortgage payment. So they're gonna pay $1,000, right, for the next 10 days. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Anything else? Anybody else want to share anything else on their counter offers that you guys get nowadays? Okay, another one that I see, very common. Appraisal. There could be another one. Appraisal shall be remain in effect and shall be removed 17 days after acceptance. Because again, they want you to remove your appraisal contingent upon acceptance or upon you sign the counter offer, right? So you want to make sure that the appraisal contingency shall remain in effect and shall be removed 7 days or whatever days you want to play with that. Okay. And again, just different scenarios in there. Let's see what else. What else is very common nowadays?
So Freddie, they just extended the renters, what you call it, a moratorium.
Yes.
So when you have when the buyer's buying a house with a tenant in there, wouldn't that be a contingency that you could add? Tenant has to be, or how would you word that? Tenant has to be out.
Well, yeah, again, well, property, property to be delivered vacant upon close of escrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay, let's do that one. So property.
But yeah, if they need more time, like you need to put in writing.
Okay, so property to be vacant. Maybe you could do 10 days after the close of escrow, right?
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see. So let's see. Buyer agrees to cross-qualify with seller's preferred lender to show ability to obtain financing. So how should we do that, Carlitos? So you want your buyer to get cross-qualified or you don't? Yes. Okay. So then we leave it alone then. So Carlos is asking, I'm assuming that he got a counter back from the seller, right? And the seller. Okay. So right there. So let me go ahead and actually So I'm gonna go highlight this from Carlos right there, number 9, to make it more. So there you go. That's Carlos right there. So in case you want to make it more stronger offer, so you go see the buyer agrees to get cross-qualified with the seller's preferred lender to show the ability to obtain financing. Okay, that's a good one right there. Very good. Okay, and the last one. Okay, close of escrow shall be 30 days or 45 days after. There you go. That's it. You could do 45 days or sooner if you want, okay? There you go. So we got about 10 different scenarios to play with, okay? But again, this is if you do get a counter back from the seller, right? So now you know more or less how to address each different scenario. So I leave it alone. That's my template. I could come back and modify it if I want to, right? But it's already there by default. Okay, if I don't need it, I delete it, and that's it. That's simple. Okay, now if you're gonna do a whole laundry list, okay, of all this stuff, okay, and maybe it doesn't fit in your offer, right? Highlight everything here, and then number 1, see attached addendum. Number 1, right there, right there. Okay, and then attach your addendum with everything else on that. Okay, but eventually, if you start doing it on your own, okay, if there's enough lines in it, you will get automatically you will get a TOPA. I'm sorry, a TOA, not a TOPA, a TOA, a text overflow addendum. If you start doing it automatically without using an addendum, you will get a TOA once you run out of lines. Okay, and that's going to be back towards the actual BCO. Okay, a TOA is when you run out of lines, and the system will recognize it and see it automatically, and it will create a TOA. Okay, you cannot find the TOA on itself by alone. Okay, the system will find it by itself. So TOA, it stands for a text overflow addendum to the buyer's counteroffer. Okay, so unless you want to do it from the beginning, then see attach addendum number 1 and go here, and then get your addendum. Okay, now if you're gonna do that, okay, let me go back to the addendum right there. Okay, if I'm gonna do all that, okay, I'll go back to my addendum number 1 right there, and then I'm gonna select here other, and it's gonna be buyer's counter offer number 1. Okay, today's date, because based on that, and of course everything is addressed, and then I can just copy and paste, and there it is. And there's everything that I have from the previous counter offer. I brought it to my addendum, but again, you need to select other and address to what is being actually addressed to what, to the buyer's counter offer number 1 right there. Okay, and make sure your buyers sign here, and also they also sign your counter offer as well. Okay, so all that has to be signed. Okay, so any questions on the counter offer when it comes to different scenarios? We're good? Okay. Okay, good. So now let's go to a different form. Let's see. Let's go with CBC. Okay. The CBC. Okay, what is the purpose of the CBC? Does anybody know what is a CBC? Anybody? Hello? Come on. Participate with me. Come on, let me know what the CBC stands for.
Cooperating broker compensation.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. But what is the purpose of the CBC? Thank you, Rafa. What is the purpose of using the car form CBC? Not CBD, okay? Not CBD, folks. Don't get hyper. Don't get on the cannabis here. The purpose of the CBC is to modify or confirm, right, your commission to the other broker. Okay, and we will go through it right now again. Okay, so the CBC again is to confirm, to modify, or to adjust, okay, your commission you're getting paid. Okay, so by default, okay, number 3, the property is listed with the multiple listing services. Okay, so most likely it's going to be listed with what? And it's not the Board of Realtors, folks. It's CRMLS. Okay, depending on where the property is listed, okay, where you found the property, if it's on the CRMLS, if it's a different board, okay, I'm sorry, different MLS, excuse me, okay, you gotta put it here. Okay, that's where the MLS goes. Okay, the actual MLS provider. Okay, we use California Regional MLS. There's Richter Valley, there's a Bay, okay, and so on. Okay, so again, CRMLS. Okay, now based on the commission, okay, on the BAC, right, on the MLS BAC, correct? Okay, it's gonna have an actual percentage, right? Right at the bottom by the name of the broker and so on. Either it's 2%, 3%, 2.5%. Okay, you want to confirm. Okay, now why do you want to confirm how much you're getting paid? Okay, because there's a lot of sneaky realtors out there. A lot of sneaky realtors that once upon acceptance guess what? They go back to the MLS and they change your commission from a 3 to 2%. Now, is that ethical? Of course it's not. Is that against the ethics of the brokers? Yes. Can they get fined? Of course they can, right? Can you argue the fact? Yes, because now, keep in mind, even though they trying to be sneaky by changing the commission, all that gets recorded on the MLS, on the days of market, okay, on the DOM. Okay, so you can always go back. Okay, so it's always good to always have a confirmation from the actual agent. Okay, and goes right there. You gotta confirm. Okay. Now, in case you want to modify from a 2.5, from a 2 to a 3, then you select here, modify from a 2, 2.5, right there. Letter B, right? That'll be But again, by default, I'm gonna select here A to always confirm my commission, and I always leave it by 3%. You can always change it. Okay, but again, or you can always come back into your temp to your CBC, right? And you can always modify the commission you're gonna get paid. Now, keep in mind, before you send this form for any modification, you need to ask the listing agent, hey, I noticed you're paying 1% or 1.5% or 2%. Would you be willing to give me a 2.5% of the commission since I brought you the buyer and who's paying top dollar for the property? If it says yes, then submit it. Okay? Do not submit it without first getting the approval from that agent. Because if you submit it with your offer, guess what? Most likely, not always, they might reject your offer because now you're being greedy. Even though they're the greedy ones, because again, like me, off the record, okay, I pay 2% and I keep 4%. And I tell you guys all of this, please keep 4%. And when you have a 6%, keep 4%. Just keep 2%. And again, it's a game. Hey, it's part of the game. But again, if I get an offer from someone else asking me for 3% when I'm only giving 2%, I know they're being greedy because they're not doing it for the help for the client. They're looking for their best interests. They're looking for the commission to get paid. So I'd rather get a phone call. Hey, Freddie, actually, I noticed you paying 2%. Would you be willing to give me a 2.5? I could say yes. I could say no. Yeah. Okay. Same as CBC. Okay. Another comment. Never, ever, please never negotiate commissions on counter offers. Never. Or the offer. Okay. Commissions are only to be negotiated on this form and form only. Also, do not put it on addendums. Okay. Do not put buyer's commission to be 3% and then close of escrow to be 30 days. No. Do not put it any counter offers. Do not put it on the offer, and do not put it on any addendums. The only proper way to negotiate commissions is on the card form CBC. That's it. Okay? The parties are not to be brought into the commissions at all, what you're getting paid for. Okay? Because you're not getting paid by the buyer. Okay? You're getting paid by the other broker in this case, because he's cooperating his commission with yours, with his to yours or hers. Okay? So always to negotiate, put it on the CBC. All right? Questions on that? Good. All right. So you're going to modify, okay, that. Or the other one, okay, if you're not a member of the local board, okay, and I believe this goes to you, JJ. I believe you sold a property in Wasco, somewhere out of the area, or up north, right? If you're not a member to the local board, guess what? You're not entitled to getting paid. Did you guys know that? Were you guys aware about that? If you're not a member of the local board where the property is listed for on the local MLS, you're not entitled to get commission. But Freddie, wait a minute. But I'm a realtor. I'm an agent. It doesn't matter. If you're not affiliated with that board, you're not entitled to get paid your commission. So if you never submit a CBC and they say, hey, you know what, Naomi, since you're not a member of this local board and you're out of the area, guess what? You're not getting paid. How do you feel, Naomi? I cannot hear you, Naomi.
Well, I guess I have to join, huh?
Huh?
Do I have to join it or what?
Well, that's one way to join, right? But that'll be too late because after you join, you actually close.
Oh.
So you always gotta make sure to submit your CBC now. Right here, you will submit it with your offer. Okay? This you will submit it with your offer upon submitting, because again, you want to make sure that the agent is fully aware. Look, I'm out of the area. I'm not a member. But guess what? I still want to get paid. Either my 2%, my 3%, whatever that is. Okay? Because if you submit this, yeah, by law, or not by law, but again, by the code of ethics, right? They're not entitled to pay you your commission because you're not a member. And that's what it says here. Cooperating broker, not a member of the MLS or reciprocal MLS. Buyer's broker's compensation shall be, whatever that is, right? 3% of selling price or lease price. Okay. Seller's brokers and buyer's brokers, right, agree to resolve disputes arising out of this agreement by arbitration conducted by the Association of Realtors, or if none, the MLS of which the seller broker belongs to, right? So again, please, okay, don't come back to me, Freddie. You know what? I sold a property out of the area, and now they don't want to pay us. Of course, I will go and bat for you and try to argue the fact. Hey, you know what? We're sorry we forgot to submit the form, but you know what? Honestly, we are entitled to the commission because yes, we brought you a buyer, but you know what? We forgot the form. But again, because you know what? Well, too bad. You know the rules. You know how that operates. Then I'm sorry, we cannot pay you. So do not be surprised if you, at the end of the day, once you're excited about closing your escrow, you don't get paid. So please, I encourage to please have this on your template, okay, and have it ready. If you're gonna submit an offer that's out of your area, meaning that you probably got the property from a different MLS, or your MLS that's not reciprocal with the local board. Okay, keep that in mind, because again, you know, nowadays you probably go to Zillow because maybe it's in Fresno, Bakersfield, Visalia, you know, the Bay, San Francisco, who knows what, right? And you found it on Zillow, right? Because your buyer told you, hey, Naomi, I'm moving up north. I saw this property for sale, right? So you go to the MLS, your MLS, you cannot find it. Well, you ask your buyer, hey, well, where'd you find this property? Well, Zillow. Okay, great. So you go to Zillow, you search for the property, and of course, Zillow does have the actual name of the agent where that listing was taken from. Okay, who's the agent provided the listing. So you could call that agent, hey, look, this is Naomi from Berkshire. I'm from SoCal, California, from Southgate. You know, I have a buyer who wants to make an offer on your property. Would you mind sending me an MLS printout of your property so we can submit a proper offer? Right? Yes. Some agents do actually. I had called agents out of the area, and yes, they want to cooperate with you. Of course, if you ask, if you make a phone call, would you be willing to send me an actual listing profile or a property, an MLS printout of your property you have for sale? Okay, yeah, I'll send it over to you. Okay, well, just be on standby. I will submit an offer. And with my offer, I'm going to submit at CBC because I'm not a member of the local board as well. Now, they might say, well, you know, Naomi, don't worry about it. How about you just refer me the client and I'll pay you a referral fee. And I'll deal with your buyer over here on this side of town. Again, that avoids your trip to come down over here for your home inspections, for anything else. I'll take care of it. I'll give you a 30%. Are you okay with that? That'll be up to you. You say yes, or they say no. You know, I want to work. I'm okay. I'm willing to drive. I want to fly. You know, it's a family related cousin of mine, good friend of mine, whatever that is. You know what? I want to work my client. Are you okay with that? Yeah, okay. Then submit your offer. Just like that. But again, always communicate. Communicate. Either via email, a phone call, whatever form that is. Now, if for whatever given reason, the agent is not cooperating with you and they want to provide you an MLS printout, then you have to become a member of the local board.
Oh.
Then you gotta call me. Hey, Freddie, I'm looking for properties for my buyer who's out of the area. Again, we saw this property, but again, I think they want to see more properties, right? I want to become a member of the local board. Then, then if we're not a member to the local board, the broker, okay, the broker is now the company itself has to become a broker. I'm sorry, has to become a member, so you as an agent can become a member as well. So first is the actual broker itself, they can become a member, and then the agent, secondary. So you pay your fees, and we pay our fees as members to the local board. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's.
Sense, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that anyway.
Okay. Well, again, it depends. Maybe it's a multi-million-dollar property. Hey, you know what? I'll go get it. I don't care. I'll pay $1,000 for that local board. I'll go over there and drive myself and fly in. I don't care what it takes.
Yeah, for a million, I probably would.
Right, but if it's gonna be for a small deal, maybe $300, you know what? Just go ahead and refer it out. You know, if it,
Okay.
again, it's up to you guys. You know, I'm not encouraging to do or not to do it, but again, it's based on your business at the end of the day. All right, questions so far on that? We got it covered. All right, and then the last one, letter D, right? This is for any short sales as well. Again, short sales they're not very common, right? They're not very common when it comes to in today's market, because people are paying way above asking price. But again, if you had a short sale, okay, and you make an offer on that short sale, then again, keep in mind that you're agreeing to whatever commission the lien holder is gonna pay us, or pay you, or pay the other agent, okay? Even though the party on the MLS it says 3%, right? Even though on the MLS says 3%, keep in mind that commission can be modified by the lien holder, because at the end of the day, the lien holder decides how much they want to pay the agents. Okay, so you're agreeing to whatever commission is coming your way. You're okay with that. If it's from 3, it can go to 2.5, it can go to 2, or even 1%. So you're agreeing to that commission. Okay, and then again, as well, continue properties not listed for now. If the property is not now, let's say for example, now it's not listed for on the MLS, right? Then you're also asking to get paid the percentage as well, because maybe the seller opt out from the MLS, right? But maybe you found out through a third party from the buyer, maybe their neighbors. Actually, hey Naomi, going back to you. I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, Naomi. Hey Naomi, actually my neighbor, they're selling their home, and you find out it's not an MLS. It was, he opted out because of privacy, but they want to sell. Okay, fine. You search and you find out it is for sale with John Doe Realty. You call John Doe agent. Hey John Doe, I want to submit an offer on your property. I know it's not listed on the MLS, but I want to get paid my 3% or whatever percent you're getting paid. Okay, and so on. All right. So again, that's again, but for my template, I always select modify. Confirm, and always 3%. Okay, always. That's my that'll be my template from now on. Okay. So any questions on the CBC? Okay, and then the last page, right there. Make sure it's right. Never forget your phone number. The fax. Oops. I don't know my fax number. Look at me. How bad it. And again, my email address. Excuse me. And there it is. And that's it. Okay? That's your CPC right there. Okay? Now, keep in mind that if, for whatever given reason, okay? Now, let me flip this around to you guys as listing agents, okay? If you are the listing agent, okay, and someone comes back to you with the CBC, okay, and you agree to modify the commission from a 2.5 to a 3%, guess what? I need to approve it right there. Okay, you cannot modify any commission without the first being approved by the manager. In this case, I'm your manager for Downey and Southgate offices. Okay, so don't go promising stuff without first talking to me first. Okay, I know you want to be kind, you want to be maybe you want to make the offer accepted, right? But I have to say I have to give the last word. When you're gonna modify commissions from a 2.5 to 3% from the MLS. Now, if you're gonna modify the commission for them to get paid more and you get paid less, automatically I'm gonna say no. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say no. I'm telling you right now beforehand. Okay? But Freddie, I gotta get this deal happening. No, keep it even. Keep it even. Or you get more. Okay, or leave it how it was. Keep it even or get more. But never shortchange yourself out of your commission. Please. Because I'm again always say no. Now, there could be some at the last maybe resources, but again, I would say 99.9% I'm gonna say no if you're getting paid less. It's not fair for you guys because you guys work hard for those listings, for those sellers to come through to close them. And like Jay said, ABCs always be closing. Okay? And again, if you earn it, get paid for it. Please. Any questions on this?
Freddie.
Oh my goodness. Yesenia.
What would be another reason you would not approve a lower commission?
Well, again, just because. Well, first of all, look, if it's coming from the other agent, right? And I know you want to make the offer you want to get it accepted because maybe it's been sitting in the market for more than, let's say it's been in the market for more than 5 months, right? And it's getting close to expire. And that's your only offer. You know, maybe it's do or die, right? Then I might give in. Depending on the offer. Depending on the buyer. If it's a buyer that is fully pre-approved, fully qualified and everything else, then yes, you know what, Yesenia, go ahead, just make it happen. Because again, I'd rather lose something, get something, at least a piece of the pie, than no pie at all.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah. So again, so it depends. You know, it's based on the actual consequences. You know, based transactions and so on. But again, this is at the last. You know, we're do or die, and and again, I want you to at least get something out of it, than nothing. Because I know you work hard, and I know that part of the seller was stubborn. You know, I want this price, and do not come back and tell me a lower price because I'm not taking any offers. And then the last offer came at their price, and it's good. You know, fine. Go ahead, give it in. But again, do not promise to lower your commission without first them asking you to raise their commission. Does that make sense? Do not promise the other agent, okay, you know what? Make the offer. I'll get you a better. I'll give you more commission for my commission. No. Unless they ask, then we shall give. Right? That's a word. Right? Ask and shall give. Right? But if they don't ask, do not give. I know sometimes it's better to give than to receive. Right? But again, let them ask first. Okay, Yesenia?
Got it. Thank you.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's your template for the CBC. Let's move on. Let's see. What else can we play with? Okay. BRE. This BRE is another form. Now, the BRE is the form equivalent to the listing agreement to the buyer. Okay. Same thing. Okay. And now BREs are the actual buyer's representation agreement between the buyer and you're the agent, right? Exclusive. Okay. So now, why would you want to use a BRE? Okay, because we know that buyers are liars. Ouch. They're not loyal. Buyers are not loyal. Why is that? Because nowadays, because of how the market is, and you guys know this, right? Most likely, if you have a property for sale, they will call you directly. Hey, Freddie. Hey, Yesenia. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Jamie. Ruben. Jose. Right? I know you have a house for sale. I'm interested. Can you make an offer? And you ask them, do you have an agent? Well, yeah, but I want to go with you. Right? So buyers are not loyal, and also because they probably might go to an open house, And if there were like me back in my days, when I was hosting open houses, and I would see people come in on their own, right? Automatically, I would ask, "Where's your buyer? I'm sorry, where's your agent?" Well, he's not with us. Either then you cannot come in. But why? Because it's open house for agents and their clients. Well, can we come in? Unless you want to work with me, yes, and you gotta give me your name and information, so on. Otherwise, sorry. And of course, I will convince them to work with me because they want to come see the house. And at the end, if they like the property, they will make an offer with me, and I got the commission that will end it. That was how aggressive I was. Now, you might say, Freddie, well, you're greedy. How mean of you, or how rude, or you don't allow it. Because again, it's my open house. I reserve the right to allow anybody to come in or not. It's up to me. Yes, it's owned by the sellers, right? But at the end of the day, it's my time there. I'm being from 12 to 5, 1 to 4. But again, I want to make sure that whoever comes to the property is fully approved or qualified. But we know that nowadays it's a bunch of looky-loos. People, neighbors now next door, come see the property and then just waste your time, right? When maybe a potential buyer who's really interested sees the property and you don't take your time because you're not with the neighbor, showing them the property and so on, right? And say, oh, we're just neighbors next door. Great. So it's always best to have somebody who's going to be fully approved or fully pre-qualified who wants to buy the property. Now, if they don't have an agent, then come back, make an appointment with your agent, and come see it on your own time. That's how I do operate. That's how I conduct my business. Okay? But again, going back to this form. Okay? Now, a lot of buyers do not want to be obligated to a contract with you because they know for a fact that they're not loyal. Because they know that if they find a property that is not with you, they want to go with that source, with that agent, with a licensed agent directly. And they don't want to be tied down to you. Because again, if they don't find something that you send them or they like, guess what? They want to be open. They want to have different buyers. They want to have different list agents to work with. And they have told me in my face, hey, Freddie, please keep in mind that we also have John Doe. We have Juanita, Sutanita, your compadre, and so on. And we're working with different agents. Then you know what? Go work with them. Don't waste my time. Now, we need to have standards. Let me stop real fast. When it comes to our business, folks, we need to have standards. We get to choose and pick who we want to work with. It's not the other way around. Okay? It's who I want to work with, who has the money to buy, who wants to sell, when they want to sell, based on my time frame. I'm gonna go to sellers who want to sell within 1 to 7 days, or less than a month. Sellers that want to sell after 6 months, 4 months, 3 months. You know what? You call me. You let me know when you're ready. That's my standard. Because I want to get paid. I need to get paid. I need to feed my family. My family cannot wait 3 months from now to get feed, right? They need food. I need food under my table. And 3 months, 16 months is not gonna make it for me. I need to get paid in 30 days. I need to get paid in 15 days if it's all cash. I cannot wait. I don't have the luxury to wait 6 months to get paid. Now, maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys are wealthy. I'm a poor Mexican. Sorry. But again, I don't have the luxury. I cannot wait 6 months to get paid. Same thing goes with the buyer. Well, Freddie, I'll wait. I'll wait until the market goes down. When the prices go down, I'll wait. Wait for what? It's always a good time to buy or to sell. It's always a good time. Right now, as we speak, people are conducting business, are trading. Escrows are opening, escrows are closing every day, Monday through Friday. Offers are being written, listing contracts are being written. So, be part of the crowd, folks. be part of the crowd and get involved. Create communications. Create relationships. So please go out. There's enough business to go around for all of us. Enough business to go around. For all of us. You just go and get it and find it. Door knock. Make some phone calls. Call your friends, your family, your center of influence, your sphere. They're waiting for you guys. You just gotta call them. That's it. Now, if you say, well, you know what? I'd rather wait. Okay. You call me when you're ready. If they don't call you, then if they don't call you and they go somewhere else, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Move on. Go to someone else who wants to buy from you, who wants to sell from you. And then say, well, Freddie, I lost a good client. No, you never lost somebody because it was never yours. It was not meant to be yours. Now, if you had a contract, right, a leasing contract for 6 months, and then you lost it because you couldn't perform, maybe because you were not strong enough on your standards to have the price that the house can sell for, and then it expires on you, then yes, you lost it, but that was part of your negligence, your fault. I'm sorry to say this, but it was your fault because you were not aggressive enough to go and to the seller, hey, Mr. Seller or Mr. Seller, you know what? Your home is overpriced. We have to do a price reduction today, right now. Again, you gotta move to where? To Corona, to Riverside. Right? By when? By the end of the month? Well, with this price, you're not. If you want to be there by next month, guess what? We definitely got to do a price adjustment today to get people to come in, buy your property today. Not tomorrow, not next month, because next month is too late. Today, right now. My price, the market price. It's what I suggest you should definitely sell your house for. So going back to buyers. Same thing with buyers. Right? Buyers don't want to be tied down to nobody because they want to be open. They want to go to whoever they want to go work with. But again, if you do get a buyer who's going to be loyal, okay, yeah, where do I sign? I like the way you operate, the way you treat me, the way you conduct your business, your professionalism, and everything else. I like you, Freddie. I like you, Brenda. I like you, Carlos, Juan, Yesenia, Alfredo. You're smart. You're professional. You know how to negotiate. I like that. So you know what? I want to be loyal to you. Where do I sign? Okay, well, keep in mind this is for 6 months, okay? Until you buy a property for me. Now, keep in mind that if you go with someone else, okay? Guess what? I will come back to you and charge you my commission, which I was entitled to from the other party, but now it's coming from you. Is that fair? Fair. Okay, so now going back to this, okay? So now going back to your BRE, okay? So how do we feel about our BRE, okay? So locations, you could put actually Los Angeles County, depending on the location. Right? You could put cities and so on. A price range, you could put $1 to what? Maybe their party got approved for $500,000, so then go $750 at the very most. Oops, too many zeros. Okay, so from $1 and everything in between, from $1 all the way to $750 in that price range. Okay, now, or the following properties. No, leave it alone. Just go with A1. That's it. LA County. Okay, maybe you could put actually Riverside as well. So you could put actually multiple counties if you want to. Now, why do I put counties instead of cities? Why is that? Because today they might say, you know what, I'm looking for a house in Downey. But you know what? Then you find out, wait a minute, Freddie, we found a house in Whittier that we really like. And if you only put Downey here, right? And they go with someone else, guess what? And they buy in Whittier, you're not entitled to the commission no more. Because you were only specific only on one city. And they never bought in Downey. They bought in Whittier. So you're out of your commission. How would that make you feel, Yesenia? That you were so happy, excited that, yeah, you had a loyal buyer, right? and you put it only Downey because they were saying, hey, saying, yeah, we want Downey all the way. But then you find out they bought it somewhere with someone else in Whittier. That's just pissed off. So that's why put counties, because that's the entire county of LA, Riverside, San Bernardino, and LA counties. So you now abroad other cities in that county. So we gotta be smart. Remember, always work smart, folks, not hard. Okay? And don't get pissed off, Rafa. Okay, so please. Okay, so going back to this. Okay, so again, put out Los Angeles County. Because they always change your.
I think we have a great manager, guys. He let us know that the ins and outs. Always go with our manager for questions like that.
Right? Yeah. Thank you, Robert. Yeah. Because again, at that moment, Robert, you're right, brother. Again, maybe we're not thinking straight, right? We had the blinders on, like a horse, right? With the respect. But again, we believe what buyers say to us. We do. But at the end, hey, Freddie, we saw another property and we liked it. We got to the open house and we made an offer. But wait, you said Downey. Yeah, but it was nicer, better looking, cheaper. We fell in love with it and we made the offer. Okay, let me go back to my BRE. Damn it! Wow, darn it! I put Downey only. Well, good for you. Good luck. Go get it. But now with this, hey, wait a minute. You made an offer where? In Whittier? Okay, because I definitely specify if you buy a property, either LA, Riverside, or some other counties, and you go somewhere else, guess what? You're gonna pay me my commission, right? And this was our agreement that you had for 6 months. So now, of course, if they say, well, no, I'm not gonna pay you nothing, then guess what? Let's go to court. Small claims. Oh yeah, thank you, Aricelia. Orange County, Orange County. Yes.
The contract always wins.
Exactly.
In court.
In court, exactly. And always make sure to, don't forget, have it signed. Yeah. Okay. Either DocuSign or a wood signature. It counts. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. And actually, Rafa was saying what? Also Ventura counties. Okay. Let's go. All right. Ventura counties up north. Yeah, thank you. Okay, there you go. And again, you could continue adding your counties. Okay. Or make it simplified. There you go. There you go. That's everything. You can't go wrong. Because at the last point, wait. Naomi. You know what? Actually, forget Downey. I'm going to the Bay. I'm going to San Francisco. Damn, don't stop there. Right? It could happen, right? Things are so expensive over here. We just go to some different city. We go to the boonies. All right, so continue on our template right here.
Can I say something about buyers?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, last week I talked to this buyer, and he's talking to 2 other agents. So he has like 30,000 down payment. One agent told him, you don't qualify in LA to buy a house here. You have to look outside. And then another buyer told her, under the Obama program, you don't have to give any down payment. So what is the Obama program? I don't know what that is. So
Obamacare.
and I'm the third agent, so you were right when you're saying about these buyers. See, I'm the third agent that he's talking to, and I said no, I got don't call me.
Yeah, don't call me. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. It's rough out there. It's really rough. And that's what I'm telling you. You gotta work with people that they really want to work with you. You gotta be the pick and choosers of your business. It's not the other way around. Again, standards, folks. Always have standards for your business. Do not allow them to use your standards. You choose your own standards against them. All right. So moving on with this, our BRE. Okay. So right there, continue moving forward. Okay. When it comes to number 2 right there. Okay. single agency, no, leave it alone, okay? Alone right there. Now you want to, how much you want to get charged, how much you want to charge, right? Then right here, it's going to be 3%. Always 3% right there, okay? Do not put actually a dollar amount, okay? Put 3%. You want to get paid on that. Continue going down the list, okay? And then now right here on letter B, compensation payment and credits. Okay, buyer is responsible for payment of compensation provided for in this agreement. However, if anyone other than buyer compensates broker for services covered by this agreement, then that shall be credited towards buyer's obligation to pay compensation. If the amount of compensation broker receives from anyone other than the buyers exceeds buyer's obligation to exceed the amount shall be disclosed to buyers if allowed by law. Okay, pay to the broker or other. Not, so again, we want it to be paid to the broker. Okay, leave it alone. Anything else? And within how many days you want to get paid? Well, how many days you want to get paid, guys? Okay. And right here we want to go 180 days. Okay, so again, this gives you 6 more months, okay, if within 180 calendar days after expiration of the representation period or any extension thereof, buyer enters into the agreement to acquire property described in paragraph 1A, which property broker introduced to buyer or for which broker acted as a buyer's behalf, the obligation shall pay compensation pursuant to this paragraph shall arise only if prior to, within 3 days, right? So again, so this is giving you an extension, right? After it expires. So again, we're gonna go 6 months here, right? So again, 6 months from here, all the way to what? To August. Yeah, there we go. So now it's giving you 6 more months after the fact. Okay, because again, they could say maybe okay. So how this works out? Okay, this C2, right? Let's say for example, okay, let's say today is July 31st, right? And tomorrow, which is August 1st, the buyer knows that their contract is gonna expire, and you're still feeding the buyer properties, and you show them properties and so on, right, Robert? Okay, so now the buyer knows that, you know what, I like the property, right? But I know if I go with the other agent, right, who has it listed for, right, for sale,
Yes.
I have better chances of getting the offer accepted. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna wait until August 2nd to go to the other agent and ask, hey, this is John Doe. I'm gonna make an offer on your property. Would you be willing to represent me as your buyer? And of course, the other agent say, of course, heck yeah, let's do it. Let's write the offer, right? Because the other agent wants to what? Double-ended. But you have an ace under your sleeve, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Guess what? Because I gave you that MLS printout, and I showed the property to you. Guess what? If within 100 days you go back and make an offer on a different property, I'm still entitled to the commission if you go somewhere else, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the ace under the sleeve.
Yes.
So we gotta be smart, folks. Again, we gotta always have the upper hand. Always. Okay, so that's what it means right there. Okay, and that's pretty much it on this BRE. Nothing else. It's just common sense. It's right there. So, okay, Alfredo's asking, what about investors? They're always working with several agents. Well, same thing, Alfredo. Again, now what you could do actually a single party compensation. Okay, and that's a different form, different class. Unless your investors want to sign this with you. Okay, but most likely they will not, because like you're saying, again, they work with different the different agents as well out there. But again, if they're investors, most likely they will go with the listing agent to help them with their offers, not with the buyer's agent. Never. It's really hard to have an investor to work with you as a buyer's agent, because they know they have better chances of getting their offer accepted if they go straight to the source, to the listing agent. Now, if you have an investor who trusts you, who believes in you, then you could do this form, the BRE, or you could do always a single party compensation. But again, there'll be a different class. Okay, it's 11:50. Any questions before we end our meeting for today? Anything else? Any comments? Any concerns? Suggestions? anything I can help you with?
Thank you, Freddie.
You're welcome, Robert. So I hope this class was any information to you guys, any knowledgeable when it comes to your CBC. Always confirm or modify the commission, but always call first before you modify the commission to the other agent. Now, if you're helping the seller as a listing agent and you get a modified commission, please come see me first before you agree to lower your commission. Okay. Again, with the same thing with the counter offers. Okay. Give you different scenarios, different samples, how to put them together, and so on. What else we talked about? We talked about the addendums. Okay, same thing. Always in the RPA. Okay, the RPA is very crucial. How to properly fill it out correctly. Okay, and if you still having trouble with it, please send me the copy of the RPA. Again, a lot of you guys are still doing that. And again, please, I'm here to help you guys. Okay, I'm not your competition. I'm here to help you, your ally, your backbone, your support for your business. Okay, I would definitely want to see you guys succeed in this business. Okay, so please go get it. Raise your standards. Always raise your standards. Okay, work with people that you want to work with, not the other way around. You want to get paid in 30 days or less. Okay, if they tell you next month, next 6 months, then you call me. Don't call. I'll call you. You call me. Okay, that's it. All right. So you're welcome. Take care. Have fun. Have a blessed day. God bless you guys. Take care. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Oh, next Tuesday, we'll do the e-signing. Okay, so DocuSign, ZipLogic, DigiSign. Okay, we're gonna work with three different templates. Okay, so if you have DocuSign, I'm gonna show you how to do DocuSign. If you use SkySlope, DigiSign, or if you use Zip Forms, ZipLogic. Okay, so all those different forms, how to do the electronic signatures. I'm gonna show you guys how to do send to your buyers and your sellers for e-signatures. Okay, so again, that'll be our next class next Wednesday. All right. So again, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Thank you,
Adios.
Freddie.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Freddie.
Bye-bye, Naomi. Take care, honey.